Okay. Want to say welcome to the stream, everybody. It's been a while since I did teaching on this, but I figure it's best I go ahead. Today's lesson is going to be about the truth about Esau, okay? What I'm saying is not popular, but it's still the truth. But just to sum it up right quick, Esau is not the white man, okay? Esau is Saudi Arabia. And I'm going to prove it. Because Yahuwah was very thorough about this, y'all. He was very thorough about this. And the thing is, if you want to defeat white supremacy, you're going to have to know what you're talking about. And actually pray the right way. You can't be going based on lies. Okay? We're also going to track the spirits of Esau as well, okay? Alright. As you can see here, I made a little image here of an illustration of what's going on here, and God and Yahuwah, the one they call God, right, was very, very, very thorough on who is the beast kingdom. Okay, so what we have here is so what you want to do first, we got to break this down. First, we're going to lay down the foundation here, okay, folks? We're going to lay down the foundation. Whenever you're debating the Hebrew Israelites on the street, you shut them down by pulling out these verses. Okay. As you can see, we have what you want to do is go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. And what happens in what you got here in Revelation 13:18, it says that there will be it says the name of it's the number of a man. It says it mentions the 666, what it looks like, and it says it's going to be the number of a man, right? And the thing is, we know who that man is because Yahweh answered it. At first, I used to think it was Muhammad, but I was actually wrong about that. So you gotta when verses repeat, there's a sign, okay? So I'm going to prove that King Solomon is the number of the man that Revelation 13:18 speaks of, okay? So to answer it, we first want to what we first would like to do is go to. Let me see if I can pull up my Bible here. We go to the first thing you want to do is go to 1 Kings chapter 10 verses 14. Just get your Bibles out, folks. Let's read it together, okay? All right, this is a huge clue that the Most High has given us concerning the 666 and mark of the beast. And believe me, folks, I don't believe in coincidences. Okay. What you want to do is go to First Kings chapter, let's see. Okay, this is 10. Let me see. Let me go to chapter Kings. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. 10. 14. All right. All right. We're in First Kings 10, 14 through 15. And it says right here, folks, it says, now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. Beside that he had of merchantmen and of the traffic of the spices merchants and all the kings of Arabia and of the governors of the country. So you got three things happening right there, folks. You have, so first you have King Solomon being mentioned. Then you got 603 scores. See how it says 666, 603 score 6 talents of gold? Y'all see that? Then it says, beside that he had of the merchantmen and of the traffic of all the kings of Arabia. So you got three things happening there, folks. You got King Solomon being mentioned. You got the 666 being mentioned. And you got all the kings of Arabia being mentioned. So you got God. I mean, you got Yah being very, very, very thorough. And to confirm this, we're going to go to another verse. As you can see on the screen, we're going to go to 2 Chronicles 9, 13 through 14. All right, let's go to 2 Chronicles here. Okay. Second Chronicles. So we're in 2 Chronicle 9, 13 through 14. All right, 2 Chronicles 9, 13 through 14. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold, beside that which chapmen and merchants brought, and all the kings of Arabia and governors of the country brought gold and silver to Solomon. So you got it right there confirmed as well from two different books. Now think about this. That's how you know for the atheists out there that try to say God ain't real, when the verses repeat, that is a sign. Like, they'll never contradict each other, right? The word of God does not contradict each other. I don't believe in coincidence. So you got 1 Kings chapter 10, 14 through 15, mentioning three points here. The 666, King Solomon, and all the kings of Arabia. So, and then you have it mentioned again in 2 Chronicles chapter 9, verses 13 through 14. So when the verses repeat, that is a sign. So it's obvious that the number that the Bible says that it's the number of a man. That man is King Solomon. That is who. So Revelation 13:18 is answered. King Solomon is the number of the man, folks. The beast kingdom is not, I repeat, is not, the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church got its problems. They teach a lot of false doctrine like worshiping Mary. But they're not the beast kingdom. Okay? Just letting everybody know that. They're a distraction, but they're definitely not the beast kingdom. And the thing is, we've heard this before. Like, there's a huge clue. So ain't nothing. Let me scroll back up. Ain't nothing like Let me go back up. I'm kind of spoiling it right now. Let's go back up. All right. Ain't nothing like a criminal that confesses, right? This is gonna blow your mind right here, folks. So we have Muslims actually admitting it from their Muslim hadiths, right? If you go to their Muslim hadith called Sunan IBN Maj 4066, they actually admit the mark of the beast on people. They're gonna have it's a thing called they're gonna come with two things: the staff of Moses and the seal of Solomon. If your face light up, that means you're a believer of Allah. If it doesn't, that means you're getting your head chopped off. Remember, it says that the Antichrist likes to behead people. Well, you have them admitting it in their own Muslim hadiths. In Sunan IBN Maj 4066 into carrying the staff of Moses and beheading people, and they admit that a beast gonna come out the earth and speak, right? So, as you can see here, the foundation is Esau is Saudi Arabia, the true beast kingdom. The Islamic Caliphate is the beast kingdom. Proof: 1 Kings 10:14 through 15, and 2 Chronicles 9:14. 13 through 14, lining right up with Revelation 13:18. It mentions all the kings of Arabia. It says the mark of the beast is not an RFID chip, folks. Nor it's in medicine, etc., or whatever they try to say. It is a mark in the original Greek that looks like an X and a six, and then you got the snake with the scepter, and then we go through all that. But I'm gonna get into that later. But that John wrote. So remember when John was reading the New Testament and he read out 666, he wasn't reading it the way English people write it. He was actually reading it in Arabic. He thought he was reading it in Greek, but in actuality he was reading it in Arabic. So this is so as you know, when the Bible scriptures repeat, that is a sign. All the kings of Arabia is mentioned twice in two different books of the Bible, and 666 along with it. When John wrote out 666, he thought he was reading it in Greek. The truth is he was reading it in Arabic, which is in the name of Allah. I'm always accidentally moving it too far up. Too far down, I mean. Let me... Sorry about that, folks. Man, I keep accidentally going too far. Okay. All right. Here we are. All right. See, as we see here, these are the Greek numbers of what John saw. So remember, the New Testament was originally written in Greek, right? So we got 600, right? This is what John would have saw. He would have saw this X right here, 600. Then he would have saw this squiggly line that looks like a snake, 60. Then he would have saw this right here that looks like a 6, right? So you got 666. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. All right. And it's really easy. It's simple, y'all. Y'all actually made it really, really easy. Like we be thinking about doing all these calculations, like from the Left Behind movies, or talking about Nero and all that. Nah, Yahuwah made it really easy. He made it really easy to figure this out. Like we try to make it all complicated. But as you can see, this is what the mark of the beast looks like. You got your 600, you got your 60, and then you got your 6. 666. And it's Blues Clues level. That's how easy it is, y'all. But we try to make it all hard and stuff. And you know, the thing is, Yahweh made it clear that of what it looks like. And that's how dangerous the mark of the beast is. So, and another interesting thing, it says, it says in Revelation 13:15, verse 15, a beast comes from the earth, is speaking, lining right up with the Quran. The Quran in Surah, chapter 27, verse 82, it too says a beast will come out the earth and speak, lining right up with the Bible. Only they believe the beast to be good. But we know what that beast is. It's demonic, evil. And like, so sometimes they'll try to pull up the old thing, that old King Herod is proof that the Esau is the Romans and all that. No, sir. King Herod was born in Palestine. They teamed up. They teamed up with Rome, but doesn't mean that they're Rome. Just because they teamed up don't make them Rome, right? He was born in southern Palestine. That's just a fact. So in the, let's see, I wonder if I can do this right quick. All right. Anyway, as you know, and we're gonna get into this right quick. As you know, Ishmael is what you call, the name of the Arabs, right? And we know what Yahweh said about the Arabs. Because in Genesis chapter 16, verse 12, it says, he will be a wild donkey of a man. Talking about the descendants of Arabs, Ishmael. He will be a wild donkey of a man, and his hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. He will live in hostility toward all his brothers. And then in Genesis chapter 27, verse 40, Yah is talking about Esau. Yah says, you shall live by the sword and serve your brother. But when you rebel, you will tear his yoke from your neck. So he's saying, Yahweh is saying right here that Esau shall live by the sword. So we're very distinct. It's very distinct right about this. So as you know, this is Babylon the Great right here, Saudi Arabia. You know, when Yah talks about obliterating Edom, he mentions cities that are located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. So Esau is not the European. Edom. This is Edom right here. When he's destroying them, they're going to be heading. They're going to run up north. The Arabian refugees flee northwards towards Edom. Isaiah chapter 21, 13 through 14. I believe Teman is located in South Jordan, and Dedan is located in Saudi Arabia. So you see how they cross over. Since people want to be all technical, right? And as you can see, these are Arabs. When Arabs grieve, they like to throw dust on their heads in order to grieve. And what does the Bible say? It said they threw dust on their head that was grieving when Babylon fell, proving that Babylon is Saudi Arabia. And it's all cities in Arabia is mentioned as well. Right here it says the burden against Dumah. Isaiah chapter 21 verse 11. It says the burden against who? A burden against Arabia. Isaiah chapter 21 verse 13. It says all the glory of Kedar will fail. And that's in Isaiah chapter 21, verse 16. And it says, Isaiah chapter 13. It says, verse 13. It says, the burden is on who? Of Babylon. In Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1, it says, who is this coming from Edom, from Basra, with crimson-stained garments? So when one they call Jesus comes down, Yeshua comes down and lands up in Saudi Arabia, that's where Basra is, he's going to be cutting people down so much that he has crimson-stained garments. This is in Saudi Arabia. And that's another thing, folks, out there. I'm going to have to declare a war against a spiritual war. I'm going to have to declare a spiritual war against the Hebrew Israelites that are on the street. Because they're spreading around false doctrine that Esau the white man, that Esau is the European, right? And that is false doctrine. We can't defeat white supremacy when you can't even call them by their correct biblical name. So I don't think Yahweh is going to hear a prayer like that's based in lies. And the thing is, they only got one jealous envy spirit on, which I believe they can be defeated, but we're going to get into that later. Okay. It says, all right. It says Isaiah chapter 21 verse 9, it says, look, here come the riders, horsemen in pairs. And one answered, saying, fallen, fallen, is Babylon, all the images of her God, her lie shattered on the ground, right? Lamentations 4:21, rejoice. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. This is where Uz is located, folks. It is not in America. It is not Europe. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The land of Uz is in Saudi Arabia, folks. Okay. Moving on. Even the Zondervan Bible Dictionary that some Israelite groups use says this on page 135. It says, you probably can't read it from here, but I'll just read it out to you for what it says here. It says, all these coupled with the traditions and usages extant among the present Bedouin Arab tribes led to the conclusion that a very early period of man's existence he learned the art of spinning and weaving cloth. Then we move down to right here where it's highlighted here. It says by Esau. It said then carried by Esau what and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia, where the Arab continued them through the centuries, always with a feeling. The feeling that is was decidedly wrong to change. And I got it here so you can look at it closer. It says, remember, by Esau and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia, where the Arab continued them through the centuries. Remember, that's page 135. All these couple, let's read it one more time for people that's hard-headed. It says, all these couple with traditions and usage extent among the present Bedouin Arab tribes, led by Esau and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia, where the Arab continued them through the centuries, always with a feeling that it was decidedly wrong to change. More proof that Esau is in Saudi Arabia. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. It says, then your mighty men, O.T. man, will be terrified, so that everyone in the mountains of Esau will be cut down in the slaughter because of the violence against your brother Jacob. You will be covered with shame and cut off forever. Look, notice what it mentions, folks. It mentions Teman. Then it mentions Esau, the mountains of Esau. That is not in Europe. It's just not. Well, you can say they moved. Yeah, they moved through North Africa and all that. And then when they conquered Spain, but that's it. Their headquarters is still in Saudi Arabia. Okay? They did not conquer all of Europe. That's impossible. So there you go. There go T-Man right there. Just go all the fire. Okay. Right here it says Galatians chapter 4 verses 22 through 29. Two covenants. It says the one from Mount Sinai, which genders to bondage, which is Hagar, which is Ishmael, Muhammad. For this Hagar is Mount and Sinai in Arabia, and answers to Jerusalem, which now is and in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. Isaac. Now we brethren, as Isaac was the children of promise, Israel, but as then he that was born after the flesh, that is, Quran, Islam, persecute him that was born after the spirit. So what it's saying there is that the Arabs will be persecuting us. And if you remember, the Arab slave trade started long before the transatlantic slave trade. They were enslaving Israelites for 1,300 years. And they still do today. They're still enslaving Israelites today all across the Middle East, especially in Saudi Arabia. Palestine was involved heavily too with the slave trade. They're responsible for both slave trades. I got the AI in Google mode to mention that. The heartless Google AI mode actually got it to agree that the slave trade was far worse. Okay? And here's something very interesting right here. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 43. The verse, it says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. The word mingle and mix means Arab. The word Arab literally means mix. And if you go and look at the Middle East, the Arabs are a mixed people. So the Bible, what does the Bible say? The Bible says the beast kingdom is a mixed people. The Arabs are not a pure race. They're mixed with a whole lot of things, right? It says the Arab people, the Jeremiah and Ezekiel, the Hebrew term Arab, often translated as mingled or mixed multitude, identifies the specific populations involved in the system. The beast kingdom is a mixed kingdom. It's an Arab people. It's a mixed people. Okay? Then we have Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 20 and 24. God judges all the what? Mingled people, the mixed people. They're mingled, they're mixed. In fact, I think I'm going to take a little detour right here before I continue on. Now, this is what happened here. I'm going to sum it up real quick, and I'm going to go into detail and prove it later. But the fact is, Esau got together and married Ishmael's daughter. They had offspring. Their offspring name was Reuel. They had a child named Reuel, right? So they'll be like, so I know what the Hebrew Israelite camps will say. They'll be like, wait a second. Since Esau married Ishmael's daughter, their offspring would be Edomites. And I agree with that. That's absolutely true. That their offspring would indeed be Edomites. But there's something you're forgetting. And there's something I should have realized when I was debating them. If y'all can look it up on Google this. Edom, the kingdom of Edom and Ishmael, the kingdom of Edom and the Arab tribes shared a border. They shared that border. Meaning that an Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite wife was also inevitable. Just by judging by human nature. So when Yah was saying that Esau got together with Ishmael, even though he didn't say it, that Ishmaelite man married an Edomite wife, is still inevitable because they shared a border due to normal human reaction. That's all y'all was talking about. The point is that they mixed. So think about it. You got Esau with the spirit. He has the spirit. He has the spirit of the sword, right? Edom. It has the spirit of the sword. He said, by the sword shalt thou live. Right? Then you got Ishmael. Yah saying that they're going to be like a wild donkey. That explains why the Arab slave trade was so long. Because they got 3 spirits on them, right? So you know that spirit was those spirits going to combine. It's like, would you give like somebody that smokes crystal meth a gun? Like, I wouldn't give somebody that smokes crystal meth a gun. That's like 2 disasters waiting to happen, right? To me, that seems like the same way. You got Yah saying that Esau shall live by the sword. And you got Yah saying Ishmael shall be a wild donkey. And then you have Esau marrying Ishmael's daughter. And then vice versa, Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite woman. That's a deadly combination. Meaning, can you imagine those 2 spirits combined? And that explains a lot. And then you got, to top it off, you got the sons of Japheth, who are white Greeks and Romans. They came down in the Mediterranean and mixed with them. Meaning they took the Japheth European jealousy spirit too on them, though. At least the white ones did. So they got 3 spirits on them now. Because Alexander the Great actually had this thing called Susa weddings, in which all his generals got together with Middle Eastern. Well, not I ain't gonna say Middle Eastern. He got together with Esau and Ishmael and lightened everybody up. Their offspring and lightened everybody up. That's why you have the ones in the north. The white Arabs in the north are the result of them mixing with Japheth. Okay, but basically the point is Esau and Ishmael mixed. And then what I did was I asked the AI mode. I said, well, how much did the Esau and Ishmael, how long did Esau and Ishmael mix before they conquered North Africa? Well, the AI mode told me that they mixed for 2,000 years before conquering North Africa. So you got the Arabs that have Esau's spirit in them. They conquered North Africa. And then after they conquered North Africa, they had black slaves. They took their black slaves with them. And they went into Spain and they showed the white Spaniards how to hate on us and how to enslave us and all that. And what happened was after the white Spaniards kicked the Arabs out after being ruled by them for 800 years, they then took their knowledge, and Spain took the knowledge and they globalized black slavery. Spain globalized black slavery. They learned it from the teacher, Esau, which the Arabs clearly, even though the Bible didn't say that Esau went into Spain, but it's obvious that his spirit traveled to Spain because Esau and Ishmael mixed for 2,000 years. And who does Yah blame for the slavery more than anybody, the perpetual hatred? Who does Yah blame more than anybody? He blames Esau more than Japheth. He says, my children have ye sold unto the Grecians. Esau also married Ishmaelite women and had children with. He married Canaanites, and I heard that and I found out that Canaanites also mixed with with Esau, meaning that they are that Palestinians are Esau as well. Okay, I know people don't want to hear this because they want to hang on to their false doctrine, but it is the truth. And it says, look right here. Here's some more clues. Like Jeremiah 20, 25, 20, and 24, it mentions the mingle people. And it also says all the kings of Arabia. And it says, and all the kings of the mingle people that dwell in the desert. He's talking about Arabs. The word desert means wilderness too. So Yah's talking about them. It says linguistic clue. In many manuscripts, mingled people in Arabia are written with the same letters, suggesting they are one and the same. In Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 5, it says, this verse lists the allies of the system: Ethiopia, Cush, and Libya, and Lydia. And it's what? And it says who? It says all the mingled people. The beast kingdom is going to be full of Arabs who are mixed. It says these are a mixed people. The Arabs are not a pure race. Translation evidence. Many modern translations translates all the mingled people in the verse directly as all Arabia. All the mingled people, all the mixed. Arab means all of three. And see, y'all see how easy Yahweh is making this? So that's why my war is going to be very thorough. I have to declare war, a spiritual war on my own brothers, the Israelites that are in the street. It's nothing personal, but I got to do this in order to spread the truth. It can save their souls and their life. So I'm going in and I'm doing this because I care about them. And I want to only together will we make it and defeat the lies that are out here. So it's nothing personal, but I got to do this regardless of your feelings. I heard a whole bunch of things like the Beast Kingdom is the Pope. It's the Catholic Church. It's the Babylon is America. It's who else? What else did I hear? That the Ashkenazi Jews are the ones that's going to rule the earth. No, 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 no. Not true. It will be Saudi Arabia. It's just the truth, okay? And they're going to do it by assimilation, but we'll get into that later. Okay, it says this beast kingdom is going to have one mind. In Revelation chapter 17, verse 12 through 13, the one mind is the supernatural force that finally unifies these mingled Arab nations into a single purpose. The verse, and then and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. The source, Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. It explains that God puts in their hearts to be of one mind, to fulfill his will until the end. The Islamic evidence. In your framework, this one mind is the Islamic submission. The meaning of Islam. It is the only ideology today that unifies diverse mixed nations from the black Arabs of Sudan, Kush, to the white Arabs of the Levant under a single name. And a single tent, the Kaaba stone. Did you know the Kaaba stone was literally under the tent? As you know, Psalms 80. Let's see, what was it? 80. What was that word? Was it? It was 83, I think. Psalms 83, verses 4 through 6. Right? It mentions the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites. It says Edom and the Ishmaelites because Esau married Ishmael's daughter. That's why it says that. Edom and the Ishmaelites. They are confederate against thee. The word tabernacle means tent. The Kaaba stone is literally under the tent, which is the WHORE of Babylon. It is literally under a tent. That's why it says tents of Esau and the who? Ishmaelites. All right. Sorry, excuse me right quick, y'all. Anyway, as you know, it was the Arabs. And here's an old painting of Arabs enslaving the Israelites here. As you can see, the Arabs are working with Hamites to sell the Israelites into slavery. And it happened in Palestine, like the main place where they shipped us off through the Mediterranean Sea, and we finally ended up in Spain. You know, and it happened in Gaza. So Gaza is under Yahweh's judgment right now. A lot of the atheists and Christians are complaining about what's happening to Gaza and Palestine, but Palestine is under God's judgment right now. Okay, and as you see right here, it says Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 4. It says, for Gaza will be abandoned, and Ashkelon, which is a city in modern day Israel, will be left in ruins. Ashdod will be driven out at noon, and Ekron will be uprooted. Zephaniah 2:5. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of charities. The word of the Lord is against you. The word of the Lord is against you, O Canaan, land of the Philistines. All Philistine means is land of Palestine, right? And the proof this is a future current prophecy is when you read Zephaniah 2 verse 3. It says, seek the Lord, all ye humble of the earth, who carry out his justice. Seek righteousness, seek humility. Perhaps you will be sheltered on the day of the Lord's anger, which is judgment day. That's how you know that is future prophecy. A lot of atheists and even some Christian scholars will try to tell you that that was in the past and it already happened. But no, that is future and modern prophecy, because that is happening right now. Okay, and it says we know they are the same ancient people, because in Joel chapter 3 verse 1 also says, at the beginning of this chapter, it talks about a future prophecy, because it says in those days. It talks about the regathering the people the second time in verse 2. I believe Yah confirms that today's Palestinians are definitely the same ancient ones found in Zephaniah 2, verse 4 through 5. And Joel chapter 3, verse 3 through 8. And where it talks about, and they have cast lots for my people. Remember how they cast lots? That's what happened in Palestine when they were selling us. They were casting lots. And of course, the white Europeans, Japheth and America, learned it from them. All right, y'all excuse me. I'm trying to share this video here. And okay, and we got here. Let's talk about this right quick. It says in Joel chapter 3, verse 4, it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. And the word for there is, it's talking about Greeks, meaning Europeans. But the word right there is Yavan, right? And the plural of that is Yavanim. And it's talking about, it's just meaning that Europeans as a whole doing this. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and return the recompense upon your own head. So y'all do not grieve for Palestine. They are under judgment for the transatlantic slave trade and the sub-Saharan slave trade. Do not grieve for them. Keep your 6-figure job, folks. Do not pick a side over there. They're both fighting over land that does not belong to neither of them. Y'all give me a sec. There's something I want to put here. Check it out. Check. See. Okay, let me move on a little bit. As you can see here, this is Japheth, right? So you have Japheth is the modern name of the Europeans. Then you got Ham, that's of Africans, like Egypt and all the dark races. Then you got Shem here, which is in the Middle East, and you must come through the bloodline of Shem to be an Israelite. Okay. Hold up, y'all. I want to put something else right quick. Share it with. Okay. Oh yeah, now I'll see where I messed up at. Sorry, I'm having trouble sharing this video. I'm trying to share it. Let's see. my video. Check out my video. Check out my video Bible. Check out my video Bible study. Okay. All right. Back to what I was saying. Okay, it says right here, it says Joel chapter 3, verse 4. Yea, it says, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? And Zechariah 9:6 says, and a bastard shall what? Dwell in Ashdod. That's a city in modern day Israel. Okay, as you know, the Arab slave trade lasted 1,300 years, longer than the Atlantic slave trade. The Atlantic slave trade lasted 400 years. And as you know, then nobody wants to admit this, because Esau and Ishmael got together and they mixed with each other for 2,000 years. They actually have 3 spirits on them, which makes them so deadly, which explains why the sub-Saharan slave trade was so long, because you had Esau that had the sword spirit. God, Yahweh says that Esau shall live by the sword. Then you have Ishmael's wild donkey spirit, in which Yahweh says the wild donkey has, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs will have they'll be like a wild donkey. Then you got Japheth's spirit. It says the spirit of Japheth's envy, the spirit of jealousy, bitterness, and opposition through mixing with the Greeks. And as you can see here, the black Arabs that you see, the original black Arabs, that would be the clay. The black Arabs is the clay that did not mix with Alexander the Great. That's what the Arabs originally looked like. When the Greeks came in and mixed with everybody that was dark skinned, they became iron and clay, which is the so-called what the white Arabs look like. So meaning that even though they of different races, even though they shall not cleave one to another, like the scripture says, they still got one mind, and that one mind is Islam. They have 3 spirits on them: the sword spirit, the wild donkey spirit, and Japheth's envy spirit. It says King Herod, because a lot of the Israelites on the street will try to tell me King Herod was a Roman, and they say that his father was a Roman or whatever. But let's see what the truth says. It says Herod was born in Idumea, an area that is located in, basic geography, common sense, in southern Palestine, between Judean hills and Nabatea. His father Antipater was an Edomite, a people that is that at the time was Jewish in faith, but Arab by ethnicity. Antipater was a man of great influence and wealth, who increased both by marrying the daughter of a noble from Petra in southwestern Jordan. At that time, the capital of the rising Arab Napatene kingdom, thus Herod was of Arab origin. King Herod was Arab, y'all. Although he was practicing Herod was born in Idumea, an area in southern Palestine between Judean hills and Nabatea. His father, there was an Edomite people. I think I accidentally copied and pasted. Oh, let me see. My bad. I already put that there. Let me skip down to this. All right. So thus Herod was of Arab origin. Okay. I saved the little clip that said the document that I got it from, proving it. So I got the receipts here. And even the Blue Letter Bible says Esau is the eldest son of Isaac and Rebekah, and twin brother of Jacob. Sold the birthright for food when he was hungry, and excuse me, y'all. And the divine blessing went to Jacob, the progenitor of the Arab peoples. I mean, no, my bad. It went to Jacob. Then later it says Esau is the what? Progenitor of the Arab peoples. That's just a fact. Because remember, Esau married a Canaanite woman and had a daughter named Ada. And because, remember, they share borders. Esau shares borders with Canaanite women too. That means that a Canaanite man marrying an Edomite woman was also inevitable. So you see all this mixing going on. The sword spirit mixed with the Ishmael, mixed with the wild donkey spirit from Ishmael. It says Genesis chapter 36:2. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Ada, and the daughters of Elon the Hittite, and Bashmith, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebaha, and Ada bare to Esau, Eliphaz. And right here, as the picture says, Esau mixed mostly with Canaanites and Ishmaelites. Like the sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Reuel, and Joash, and Jalam, and Korah, sons of Eliphaz, Teman, Omar, Uber. Where have we heard that before? Teman up in Saudi Arabia. All right. And it says, at Holabah were Jewish, and Jalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto them in the land of Canaan. Genesis chapter 36:6. It says, and Esau took his wives and the sons of his daughters, and all the persons of his house, and his cattle, and all the beasts, and all the substance which he had got, and in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob, and thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir, not the Caucasus Mountains. I actually heard a Israelite camp on the street say that the Mount Seir is in the Caucasus Mountains. That's not true. Mount Seir is right there in Saudi Arabia. Mount Seir is located in Saudi Arabia, not Europe, folks. So we got Duma, Seir, Dedan, Mecca, Timan, all that right here. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, and the joy of all their heart with the spiteful minds and cast out and pray. The heathen that is up there in the Middle East is talking about the Ashkenazi Jew. It's not talking about the it's not talking about the Palestinians. See, Satan has did the vice versa and switched it up on us. It says, and against who? All Idumea. When it says all Idumea, it's talking about, the headquarters of Idumea, which is in Saudi Arabia. And it's talking about the offspring of Esau. Remember, Esau married Canaanite women and had children with Canaanite women. Who are the Canaanites? Ask the AI. Ask the AI in AI mode. Who are the modern day Canaanites through DNA? And it will tell you who are the Canaanites. It says when it says all Idumea, it's talking about everywhere Esau put his spirit. Put his seed in. The land of Edom is located in Idumea, south and southeast of Palestine. And here is Palestine. This is where Palestine is located, right? Then you got Idumea here. This is Edom. It's located southeast of Palestine, right there. Idumea is not the Romans, and I can prove it. They are two separate people. The book of Flavius Josephus, The Wars of the Jews, in 378 reveals that Idumea surrendered themselves to the Romans, proving they are two separate people. Flavius Josephus, The War of the Jews, 378, was at this time that the commanders of Idumea got together privately and took counsel about surrendering up themselves to the Romans. Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 22. Mount Seir, Teman, and Dedan are located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. They teamed up, but they are not the Romans. When it says all Idumea, it means all of Saudi Arabia, Palestine, and everywhere else he put his seed. Saudi Arabia. Alexandria. Okay. As we see, First Maccabees, chapter 5, verse 3, it says that Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arbatine because they besieged Israel, and he gave them an overthrow, attacked their courage, and took their spoils. Romans and Esau are two separate people. First Maccabees chapter 8 verse 1, Judas has heard of the fame of the Romans. Wait, did he get done beating up Esau back here? So how is he hearing about the fame of the Romans? It's because the Romans and Esau are two separate people. It says, First Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 20. Judas Maccabeus with his brethren and all the people of the Jews have sent us unto you to make a confederacy and peace with you, and that we might register your confederates and friends. So we have Judea here. It's Blue's Clues level, y'all. Here comes Judea. There goes Samaria. We got Judea here. There go Idumea right there. Blues Clues level easy. It's not located geographically in Rome. This is where Rome is. That's where Rome. Blues Clues level easy. This is where Rome is. It's very important that y'all understand that Esau is not the white man. Esau is in fact Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, you get it? Saudi Arabia. The 666 will come from Arabia. The white man is Japheth. Genesis chapter 9 verse 20. Genesis chapter 9 verse 27. God shall patah, which means deceive, Japheth, Ashkenaz. And he shall what? He shall dwell who in the tents of Shem, which is the so-called Israelites. And Canaan, Palestine, which is modern day Palestine, shall be his servant. See, it's not all this time the white supremacists and racists tried to say the Hamites were talking about African Americans or black people in general, that we were destined to be slaves. It was actually talking about the Palestinians, not us. Then we got Lamentations chapter 4 verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwells in the land of Uz. Remember, Uz is in where? Saudi Arabia, not in America. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, we're going to go back to the evidence proving that Esau is that the beast kingdom is indeed Saudi Arabia and all the kings of Arabia. That's where the beast kingdom is going to be. It's not the Pope. It's not an RFID chip. And we're finna prove it right here. It said the evidence of the seal in Islamic tradition. According to Islamic eschatology, specifically the Sudan Abiyan Maj 4066, the beast of the earth, David al-Ard, emerges carrying two items. They carry the staff of Moses, used to brighten the faces of believers, and the seal of Solomon, used to stamp or mark the noses of the disbelievers. The evidence here shows a direct role reversal. The Bible warns that a beast will use a mark to control and condemn, while the Islamic tradition describes the beast using Solomon's own signet to identify those who are rejected by God. So as you can see there, King Solomon is the name of the man that Revelation chapter 13 verse 18 is talking about. Remember, it says it's the number of a man. That number of the man is Solomon. That's who the man is. It is Solomon, and they admitted it in their Muslim hadith in Sunan Abiyin Maj 4066. The beast kingdom is them. Okay. No, it doesn't. That's a lie. The book of Obadiah does not tell you that Esau is the so-called white man. Not even close, buddy. My friend, I mean, sorry, I don't let be all arrogant with it. But look, I'm telling you, Esau is definitely Saudi Arabia, without a doubt. I'm glad you're here. You're in the right place, brother. Because now you're going to hear the truth. So again, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this great info online. Esau married Ishmael's daughter. Okay? Remember, you look up on a map. On Google this on Google Images. Esau married Ishmael's daughter, right? They share the border. You have the Arab tribes to the west, and you have the kingdom of Edom to the east that was located in Palestine, right? Was located south east of Palestine. And they shared a border. Esau and Ishmael shared a border. Right? So Esau mixed with Ishmael, and they had a daughter. They had a son named Reuel. And remember, since they shared a border, that an Ishmaelite man, because I know what y'all thinking, and you are whoever your father is, an Edomite. If your father's Edomite, then your children are going to be an Edomite. But remember something here also. Since they shared a border, an Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite woman is also inevitable. It is also that's also inevitable, because judging by human nature. So the point is, Yah was that Esau and Ishmael are going to be mixing. That means that the Esau sword spirit and the Ishmael wild donkey spirit mixed, which explains why the sub-Saharan slave trade lasted 1,300 years, far longer than the 400-year slave trade that was carried out by the Spaniards, the Europeans that shipped us to America. Esau is Saudi Arabia. Get it? Saudi Arabia. I don't believe in coincidences. Saudi Arabia. Get it? I don't believe in coincidences. Because you ever heard of getting lost in translation? And then after what happened after Esau, and you can even ask the AI this. I asked the AI this, y'all. Look it up yourself if you don't believe me. This is what I asked the AI on Google AI mode. Esau, how long did Esau and Ishmael mix? Ask this question yourself, my brother. How long did Esau and Ishmael mix before the Arabs conquered North Africa? Do you know what the AI told me? You can look it up yourself. You know what the AI told me? It said they mixed for 2,000 years. And then they conquered North Africa. And then after the Arabs carrying Esau's blood conquered North Africa, they went into Spain. And they taught the white Spaniards anti-black racism and how to enslave us. The white European Spaniards took what they learned from the Arabs and they made it global. They made the slavery global. Okay? And this is another question I asked the AI. I just wonder. I wondered this. I said, because I put a wild guess on this even before I just asked this question. The AI didn't even tell me this at first. I asked this question to the AI because I had a strong suspicion. I said, were the first racist laws created in Spain? Because that's strange that the white Spaniards, the Catholic white Spaniards in Spain, refused to become Islamic due to the Jesuit tax or something like that. They refused to become Islamic, and they created the first race laws because they refused to assimilate next to the East Saudi Arabians that were essaying their women and stuff. And the AI told me yes, exactly. Yes, indeed, the first race laws were created in Spain. Prophecies. The Arabs enslaved the Israelites for 1,300 years. They had us in slavery before the white man did. That's just a fact. The AI even agreed with me after I presented all my evidence. The Arabs are responsible for both slave trades. The Arabs are responsible for the transatlantic slave trade, and they're responsible for the sub-Saharan slave trade that lasted 1,300 years, brother. Because remember, Esau and Ishmael mixed for 2,000 years. I mean, the sword spirit and the wild donkey spirit was strong. That's why it lasted 1,300 years. That's where the perpetual hatred comes from. They are the masters. The East Saudi Arabians are the masters. They are the teachers. They taught the Spaniards this. That's how the Spaniards got a hold of the maps, and they knew exactly where to go to pick us up out of Africa, because the Arabs had conquered North Africa, and they ended up getting the maps to. They getting the maps to the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Benin, what I believe is Benjamin. But we'll get into that later. That's what happened. Esau is Saudi Arabia. Now, I know that Esau and the Rome teamed up, but they are not the same people. Esau and Rome are not the same people. No, it does not. The Esau is not the so-called white man. That's impossible. The white man does not have Shemitic blood. Gog and Magog, Ashkenaz and Gomer and Javan, all those nations are sons of Japheth. They are not Shemitic. Esau is Shemitic. Europeans are not. Europeans are Japheth. Because in the book of Jubilees, chapter 7, verse 15, it said Japheth got an envy problem. So it says that Japheth got jealous of his brother Nimrod and attacked Nimrod, which is the Hamite, which is Africa. Africa fought back and beat Japheth because of his jealousy. They beat him. Then they ruled over Europe for a while, so they making sure they don't act up again. So Japheth, you have Nimrod defeating Japheth. Not bad. Yeah, that's right. You had Nimrod beating Japheth. It says right there. It says Japheth has an envy problem. The thing is about white people, they got one spirit on them, so they can be defeated. White people do not impress me. They're not that scary. Europeans, they got problems, but they do not impress me. They supposed to be the beast kingdom when they can't even beat two Arab countries. They lost the war in Afghanistan. They lost the war in Iraq. They lost the war in Vietnam. They do not impress me. But Esau, on the other hand, the real Esau, which is in Saudi Arabia, now they got three spirits on them. See, at the very least, we can defeat white supremacy, because white supremacy has one spirit on it. They are white people are pure. Arabs are mixed. They're not. They have Esau. You got Ishmael that married. You got Abraham that married Ishmaelite. And they created the Arabs, right? Then you got Esau that married Ishmael's daughter, and they had a son named Reuel. They shared the same border for 2,000 years. Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite woman is also possible. Even though it don't say it in the Bible, it's still possible because they share borders. Natural humans, they like to mix with shared borders. The AI will even tell you that. It's natural, and it says even 100% inevitable that they're going to mix, and vice versa. That's why Yah says the tabernacles of Esau and the Ishmaelites in Psalms 83. He says that because Esau married Ishmael's daughter, which combined the two spirits of the wild donkey and Esau's sword. That's why Arabs are so violent. That's why Islam is so violent. They have the Esau spirit and they have Ishmael's spirit. At least white supremacy can be defeated, because we're dealing with one spirit when it comes to my bad. I say that's why the white man Japheth can be defeated, because the white man has one spirit on him. He has a jealousy problem. The white man has a jealousy problem. Esau has three spirits on him. They have the of course, Esau has the sword spirit problem. Esau shall live by the sword. That's why Saudi Arabians have swords on their flags, and they literally dance with their swords because Esau literally lives by the sword. And you got Ishmael that has the wild donkey. They mix. They married with each other, and they shared the same border. And the AI told me that they mixed for 2,000 years before conquering North Africa. They go into Spain. They ruled Spain for 800 years. They're mixing with the white people there, right? And I also forgot to tell you, that's right. The white Arabs also have Japheth's spirit too, because the Greeks and Romans, Javan and Kittim, descend from Japheth. They do not descend from Shem. Shem and Rome teamed up, but they are not the same people. Shem and Rome teamed up, but they are not the same people. Okay? That's just a fact. Yes, I know I know Esau gonna be ruling the world. Saudi Arabians are gonna be ruling the world. They're already taking over Europe as we speak. Like up in Spain. No, not Spain. I mean up in France and Germany. There's a lot of Arab Muslims that are slowly taking over. Look what they did to Dearborn, Michigan. They do it by assimilating. Yes, Esau gonna be ruling the world. I know that, but it ain't the white man. It's gonna be the Saudi Arabians. They're gonna be ruling the world, along with the 10-headed beast. The Bible says the beast kingdom is a mixed kingdom. The word mixed translates to Arab. Arab means mixed. The word Arab literally means mixed. The beast kingdom will be a mixed kingdom, which is Arab. The word mingled means Arab. The Arabs aren't even a pure people. They are mixed. The beast kingdom will be a mixed kingdom. Okay? This is what the AI told me. Remember, the AI used to go by what's popular. Like saying that the AI believed that the Romans was the beast kingdom, like you did. But when I presented my evidence, I got the AI to change its mind. This is the notes I got from the AI that changed its mind. I copied and pasted into my notes here. Saudi Arabia. Esau is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. The white man is Japheth. And it ought to make you happy, because that means white supremacy can be defeated, because they only got one spirit on them, which is the spirit of envy, like it says up in Jubilee, like what is shown up in Jubilee chapter 7 verse 15. They have a jealousy problem. Which means they only got one spirit, so it won't take fast. It probably won't even take that much fasting to defeat white supremacists, because they have a jealousy problem of us. They're jealous of us, and the thing is, after Esau mixed with the white Spaniards, while Esau and the Arabs, and the Moors mixed with the Europeans for 800 years and taught them how to enslave us, a lot of the white Spaniards tried to come out with race laws, trying to erase that knowing that their blood has been tainted. They tried to whiten it out, but by then it was too late. Their blood had already been mixed with the Esau and the Arabs' blood in their bloodstream. They could never wipe it away, no matter how hard they try to whiten their skins up. They left Spain, and the Spaniards carrying that Esau and Ishmael blood left Spain and went into South America. And they had offspring, creating the Mexicans, Latinos, and Puerto Ricans. Meaning that the Latinos and Puerto Ricans and Guatemalans and Cubans, all of them are Esau. All of them are Esau. After the 800-year mixing, the Spaniard offspring, after the Spaniards came in and mixed with the population up in South America, That means that the Latinos and Hispanics in Guatemala, all of them are Esau. All of them are Esau, which is funny because a lot of these Israelite camps be putting Latinos into their groups because they want to sleep with their light-skinned women. So that's amazing how Yah got a sense of humor, because you're so blinded by your hatred that you don't realize that the Latinos are Esau, because they're the offspring of white Spaniards, making them Esau too. This is the Spaniards that have their blood corrupted after 800 years of mixing with Esau and the Arabs up in Spain for 800 years. So I'm tracking the spirits of Esau here. All 12 tribes are the so-called Negro. All 12 tribes are black. All 12 tribes are black. I am using the scriptures. I am using the scriptures. Hold up, let me show you something. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna show you it. I'm finna go back, y'all, just for this guy right here. I'm finna show him something. Let's see. Well, here's right here. It says, this is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 135. It says, then carried by Esau and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia. This is page 135. This is page 1. This is Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 135. All these coupled with traditions and usage extent among the present Bedouin Arab tribes led by Esau and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia, where the Arab continued them through the centuries, always with a feeling that was decidedly wrong to change. Let me find that verse, though. I got to show you the verse, though. I got you. I'm finna show you this, because for people that, because how many times does y'all have to say it over and over and over? Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? All right, I guess I can tell you too. Look up Genesis chapter 36, 3 through 4, brother. Look up Genesis chapter 36, 3 through 4. Esau married Ishmael's daughter. They had a child named Reuel. Okay? Meaning their offspring is Edomites, of course. But remember, they share the same border, right? Meaning that an Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite woman is also inevitable. The AI will even tell you that. They said the AI will tell you that. Okay, damn. Having trouble finding it. Where is it? I'll show you something here. Here we go. See right here. Are you looking? Are you looking here, brother? It says Esau married a Canaanite woman. And you can ask the AI yourself. When you can Google this yourself, brother. So ask the AI, who are the modern day Canaanites? Tell them who are through DNA, who is the modern day Canaanites? And the AI will tell you that the modern day Canaanites are, if I'm not mistaken, is Lebanon and Palestinians. Right, so that means that the Palestinians has Esau's blood too. So you got Genesis chapter 36 verse 2 said Esau. This is Genesis chapter 36 verse 2. It says Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Ada, daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Bashmith, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. I don't know. I can't say the word. But Bashmith, he took Esau's daughter. Esau married Ishmael's daughter in Genesis chapter 36, verse 2. They had they had a child named Reuel. It says Esau mixed mostly with Canaanites and Ishmaelites. And then it says right here, it said, these are the sons of Esau. This is verse 5. And Alahambah bare Jewish and Jalam and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him, talking about Abraham, in the land of Canaan. Then it gets interesting right here. This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 6. Yes, exactly. All 12 tribes are black. Yeah, Latinos are Esau. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you agree that Latinos are Esau. Because remember God said Esau. Remember God said Esau's problem was perpetual hatred and trying to wipe us out. White people talk about wiping us out, but they never gone through with it because they like essaying us and they like using us for free labor because they're lazy. They talk a big game about wiping us out, but they never truly like wiped us out, right? But Argentina has a history of trying to wipe us out. Argentina and Brazil. That's why the racism is so bad in South America. They say Brazil is the most racist country in the world. That's what they say. That Brazil is the most racist country in the world. I believe that's because Esau, because when the Spaniards came over, they carried those three spirits that's on them. They had the spirit of Japheth, that's why their skin is white, because the Greeks and Romans mixed with the indigenous people of the Middle East, with the so-called Middle East. They lightened up Esau, and they lightened up Ishmael. They lighten everybody up in that area. Not everybody. The black Arabs you see are the Arabs that did not mix with the Greeks, right? Meaning that people underestimate God right here. This is what even I have to admit this. God, Yahweh actually protected the seed of Israel in Spain by using the Jesuit tax. Using the Jesuit tax, the Israelites were not allowed to marry like Muslims, and the white people didn't want to mix with them. So Yahweh did a good job of protecting the seed of Israel up in Spain. Okay. So we can see why the Cubans hate us, and the Brazil hates us, and the Latinos hates us. That's because they are Esau. They got Esau's spirit in them. They got three spirits on them because of Esau mixing with Ishmael. Meaning they got that means they got the sword. That means Argentina and Brazil and the Cubans. That means they got the Esau sword spirit. They got the Ishmael wild donkey spirit, and they got the Japheth white man's jealousy spirit. That's why defeating them is going to be a lot harder. Dare I say it, the Latinos are far more racist than Japheth is. Because I heard of Argentina trying to wipe the the so-called black man out in South America because they can't stand us. They tried to wipe us out. They said we know black, and they actually sent for more Spaniards to come into, like 4 million Spaniards to come into to South America so they can whiten up South America more so they can erase Israel there. They can erase the black Israelites there. But that was really a dumb move because by doing that, they brought even more of the Esau and Ishmael spirit by doing that. So it don't matter how white they look, that Esau spirit is always going to be there. That's why the white man of Japheth will never accept them as a people. They don't even consider them equal. And so Esau has followed us all the way over here to the Americas. Like, that's what happened. That's why the race laws in South America are so vicious. And I noticed something. This is another thing I noticed when I told the AI. I told the AI, have you noticed that all the places on the continents of the world, on the southern continents, that's where the racism is mostly concentrated? So when you go to, let's say, South Africa, notice how white people are in South Africa, right? They control the government there in South Africa. And notice how that's where the most racism, when you see, remember, Yah gave Japheth his territory up in the north, up in Europe. Why are they up in South Africa? It's not their territory. Meaning God let them be there to punish us for disobedience. So when we escaped and when Rome attacked Israel and we got scattered into South Africa, we ran right into South Africa, and Yahweh was like, where do you think y'all going? Because since our punishment wasn't up, that's where Japheth ended up at in South Africa. And I heard that the south of Spain is very racist towards us too. It's the most racist part of Spain. Remember, America in the south is really racist. It's the most race. It's the whole South in the North America is real racist towards us, the Israelites, because remember, it's always South. South is where the frequency, the hatred is concentrated at. And then when you look at Argentina is located in the middle of South America, and it stretches all the way down to the southern tip of South America. You notice a pattern there. That's where the hatred is mostly concentrated at. Again, I'm gonna go over this one more time, though. I know I've already explained this, but I feel I got to explain this again, proving that Esau is indeed Saudi Arabia, and wherever else Esau put his seed at. So we're finna go back up here, y'all. This is how we prove it, okay? As you can see, if you go to Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18, it mentions that, it's the name of a man. That he talks about the mark of the beast, and it's the number of a man, right? Then, if you go to Then if you go to 1 Kings chapter 10, 14 through 15, it mentions, like you can pull out your Bible right here, and this is very interesting right here, if you don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my Bible out right quick. I don't feel like reading it looking for it on my notes here, so I'm just gonna pull out the Bible right here. I'm gonna go to 1 Kings 10, 13 through 15. Are you ready, brother? Get your Bible out, and I'm going to show you something proving that Esau, the beast, the 666 beast kingdom, is indeed Saudi Arabia. Okay? So everybody get your Bibles out. Go to 1 Kings 10, verses 13 through 15. Hold up, let me see it. My bad. Yeah, 1 Kings 10, 14 through 15. Go 1 Kings 10, 14 through 15. Y'all check this out. And it reads, now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. Beside that he had of the merchantmen and of traffic and of the spice merchants and all the kings of Arabia and the governors of the country. So you have three things going on here, brother. You have three things going on here, brother. You have the 666 being mentioned. You have King Solomon being mentioned. And you have all the kings of Arabia being mentioned. Up in 1 Kings chapter 10, 14 through 15. Alright, then when you go to 2 Chronicles 9, verses 13 through 14, it says, now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was what? 666 talents of gold. Remember, these are two different books. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold, beside that which chapmen and merchants brought, and all the kings of Arabia and governors of the country brought gold and silver to Solomon. So you got three things happening from two different books confirming each other. You have King Solomon being mentioned, you have the 666 being mentioned, and you have the all the kings of Arabia being mentioned. That is a huge clue. I don't believe in coincidences. All the kings of Arabia is mentioned. Remember the foundation here. The foundation is Esau is Saudi Arabia, the true beast kingdom. The Islamic Caliphate is the beast kingdom. Proof, 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 14 through 15. And 2 Chronicles 13 through 14. Answers Revelation chapter 13, 18. The man mentioned is Solomon, okay? And it says, all the kings of Arabia, Greek number 666, kings of Solomon, is the number of the man. It says Sunan. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Like, this will blow your mind right here. Sit back and get ready, because it's going to blow you out of your chair here. Great info online. All right. If you look up because it's like when a criminal confesses. Just like when a criminal confesses, okay? It's like from their Muslim hadith, it says Sunan, IBN, Maj, 400066. Look this up, y'all. Look this up, everybody. This is Sunan, IBN, Maj, 4066. And it says, describes a beast. This is the Muslim hadith. Describes a beast coming out of the earth. It's called the Dabbit al-Ard, that emerges near the end of the times, specifically carrying two items: the staff of Moses and what? The seal of Solomon. What did 1 Kings 10, 14, and 15 say? And 2 Chronicles 9, 13 to 14 say? It said that the name of the man is Solomon. What does the Muslim hadith say? It said that they're going to bring out they said that it says a beast going to come out the earth. It's going to be carrying the staff of Moses. And if your face lights up, that means you're a Muslim. If it don't, that means you're getting your head chopped off. It says this beast going to be carrying the staff of Moses. It said that it's called, and the mark of the beast is also called the what? The seal of Solomon. There are Muslim movies in Iran that talks about this. It talks about a beast of the earth having the seal of Solomon with them. The seal of when the Muslims conquer the earth, they're going to be putting the seal of Solomon on people. When East Saudi Arabia, all the kings of Arabia conquer the earth, they're going to be putting the seal of Solomon on people. Remember, Allah, you can find Allah's name in Revelation 13:18 in all its naked glory. You can find Revelation 13:18 in the original Greek. Remember, when John was writing out the 666, he didn't write it out in English like we would write it. He wrote it out in Greek, right? He wrote it in Greek. He thought he was reading it in Greek, but in actuality, he was reading it in Arabic. This is what he would have saw. Allah, you can actually find in the name of Allah in Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. You can actually find Allah's name in those verses. And in that verse right there. See, this is what John would have saw when he was writing out the 666. He thought he was reading it in Greek. So he see the X here, which is 600, right? You see the X right here, which is 600. Then you have the 60 here, which looks like a snake with a scepter, which is 60. Then you have the 6 that has a little sword hook thingy with a little comma under it. I don't know. But anyway, we scroll down. We have seen this mark before. We have seen this mark before. Muslims are wearing this mark now. Muslims are Arab Muslims, Saudi Arabia. That's where you get the E from, because they dropped the E. They thought Satan thought he could hide it from us. But this is what the mark of the beast looks like. You can actually find in the name of Allah in the original Greek in Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. When you type in the Google search engine, in the name of Allah, and then you put the number 666 in right next to it. If you do it in that exact order, the mark of the beast will pull up, showing that in the name of Allah means the 666. You will see it yourself. If you don't believe me, go to Google Images, type in the name of Allah 666. Right next to right after you put in the name of Allah, put the 666 number right next to it, and in the name of Allah will show up in images, and it'll show you what it looks like. This is Blue's Clues preschool level. I was shocked that Yahweh made it this easy. I'm shocked that he made it this easy. This is preschool level easy. So you got in the name of Allah right here. And we have seen this before. Muslims are wearing it right now. They are wearing it now. They are wearing the mark of the beast right now. It's not an RFID chip. It's not the mark of the beast. It's not an RFID chip. They are wearing it right now. They are wearing it right now, y'all. They're wearing it on their foreheads, and they're wearing it on their hands too. I've seen them wear it on their hands before. So if you get caught with in the name of Allah on your body, Yahweh will send you to hell to burn for all eternity. Because that is the mark of the beast. It's called the seal of Solomon. And it's called the mark of the beast also. This is Blue's Clues level easy. I'm still shocked. This is Nick Jr. level easy. I'm shocked that Yah made it so easy. I'm shocked that he made it so easy. They're wearing it right now. In the name of Allah. Look, Esau mixed with Ishmael, okay? I haven't studied the Dukes thing yet, but I'm going to study it, okay? I'm going to study that. I haven't studied the Dukes thing, but I'm going to tell you what I studied and what I know from now. I'm not going to pretend at you. I'm going to tell you the absolute truth of what I studied. Even the AI agreed with you. The AI Google mode thinks that the Beast Kingdom, it goes by what was popular, which is that believing that the Roman Beast Kingdom is the Beast Kingdom. But once I presented my evidence, it changed its mind. And it admitted that it changed its mind. Once I presented my evidence, it changed its mind and said, yeah, Esau is definitely Saudi Arabia. It is not the white man. But Japheth has his judgment. Okay? Yah said he's going to destroy Edom off of the face of the earth, and there ain't going to be nothing left. No remnant's going to be left. But you have the scrolls. What's that scroll called? It was a scroll, the ancient scroll that they recently found. What's the name of those scrolls that they found in the cave? Y'all still gonna be fighting the white man, Japheth. He's gonna be fighting them after the millennial reign. He's still going to be fighting them after the millennial reign. So, but by then, Esau has already been destroyed. Dang, I'm trying to remember, what was the name of that scroll? The Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, now I remember. The Dead Sea Scrolls says that during the millennial reign that we gonna still be dealing with the sons of Japheth, and they call them the sons of darkness, the sons of wickedness. That's what Yah says about the sons of Japheth. They're called the sons of darkness, the sons of wickedness. Esau and the white man are not the same. King David, because you get caught up with the Esau should come out red all over. But the thing is, it is red brown, like it is red brown, like it says that Esau is red brown. Like the word is admoni, means red brown, not red white. Admoni, red brown, not red white. King David is the same color
as Esau, which is Admoni, red brown, not red white. Japheth has his judgment. He said, my children have ye what? Sold unto the who? The Grecians, Javan. Grecian, Yavanim. Yavanim, the Greeks, Yavanim. Javan descends from Japheth, not Esau. Esau and Rome teamed up, but they're not the same people. But it also... But Amalek is not the it's not the Ashkenazis. They are the Ashkenazis are Japheth. The Ashkenazis are Japheth. I can prove it right quick. I'm finna show it to you. Wait, before I do that, let me show you this. When Yah talks about destroying Edom, he always mentions cities that are located in Saudi Arabia. Not one time does he name one city in America, nor does he name one city in Europe. Not one time does he do it. He mentions all cities in Arabia. When he mentions destroying Edom, he says what? The burden against Dumah. That's Isaiah chapter 21, verse 11. He says the burden against Arabia in Isaiah chapter 21, verse 13. He said all the glory of Kedar will fail. That is Isaiah chapter 21, verse 16. In Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13, it says the burden of Babylon. This is areas that is in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. In Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1, let's get on deep into this, brother. We're getting all deep into this. In Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1, it says, who is this coming from Basra? Didn't say from Mississippi, not the state where I live in America. It didn't say from Mississippi. It didn't say from the London Bridge up in London. London Bridge is falling down, falling. You know. It says, who is this? Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1, it says, who is this coming from Edom, from Basra, from the crimson stained garments? Who is this robed in splendor, marching in the greatness of his strength? It is I proclaiming vindication, mighty to save. There go Yeshua. There go Yahshua right there. Where is Basra? Basra is located in Saudi Arabia. When Yahshua or Yahushai, or how you say it, Yeshua, Yahushai, when he comes down, he's going to land in Saudi Arabia because they are responsible for both slave trades. They enslaved us for 1,300 years. They taught the Spaniards how to enslave us. They are responsible for the transatlantic slave trade too. They put their hands on us first. Esau mixed with Ishmael. He mixed with Ishmael's daughter named Bashmith. Up in Genesis chapter 36, verses 3 through 4, Esau married Ishmael's daughter, Bashmith. They had a child named Reuel. Since they shared the same border, you can ask the AI this. Ask the AI this. It says, by human nature, is it inevitable for people that share the same border to mix with each other? It's going to tell you, sometimes it'll tell you 90 to 100% it's inevitable. Meaning that an Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite woman is also possible, since they shared the same border. And I say, how long did Esau and Ishmael mix before they conquered North Africa? They mixed for 2,000 years. meaning that Esau and Ishmael's spirit combined. You have the wild donkey spirit and the Ishmaelite, you have the Ishmaelite wild donkey spirit and Esau's sword spirit mix. That's those spirits mixed for 2,000 years. Imagine what that must have looked like in the spirit realm of these wicked spirits mixing together. They mixed. That's why Yah calls it the tabernacles. Tabernacles means tents of Esau and who? The Ishmaelites. Because they mixed with each other. That's why Yah says the tents, the tabernacles of Esau and who? The Ishmaelites. The land of Uz. Lamentation chapter 4 verse 21 says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz, not America. The land of Uz is located in Saudi Arabia and southern Jordan, if I'm not mistaken, because they overlap with each other. You have Dedan, which is in southern Jordan. Then you have Timan, which is in northern Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken. And you have land of Uz. The land of Uz is in the Arabian desert. Remember that the Bible says the beast kingdom is a mixed kingdom. The word mixed means Arab. Arab literally means mixed. The beast kingdom is a mixed kingdom. The word, you can literally put Arab where it says mingled and mixed, and it will mean the same thing. But it's in the land of Uz. That explains, think about it. Our slavery in America lasted, 246 years. Our persecution lasted 400 years. Our slavery was our persecution was technically up in 2019. Because Yah said once our punishment was up, he would slowly lift the curses up off our people. Meaning the curses are slowly lifting off of us. And Yahweh is slowly putting the curses on America and all the other nations that persecuted us. Because if he did it all at once, there's a verse right there. I can't remember what verse it is. If he did it all at once, then the animals would take over the land. Over and over, whenever Yah is talking about destroying Edom, he always mentions cities that are located in Saudi Arabia. Like it says up in Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 135, it says, all these coupled with the traditions and usage extent among the present Bedouin Arab tribes, led by Esau and Ishmael and their descendants into Arabia. Remember Genesis chapter 36, 3-4. Esau married Ishmael's daughter Bashmith. They had a child named Reuel. They shared the same border. So an Ishmaelite marrying an Edomite wife is also possible. They mixed for what? 2,000 years. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. That don't say that they're white men. This is Obadiah chapter 1. Edom is located. Edom is you ask where is Edom? Edom is located geographically southeast. It's located southeast. It's located southeast of Palestine. I'll show you the map. Let me show you the map. But before I show you the map, let me read this. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. This is how you know that the white man ain't Esau. It says, then, in Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10, then your mighty men, O T-man, will be terrified so that everyone in the mountains of Esau will be cut down by the slaughter. T-man is located in Saudi Arabia. Esau is in Saudi. That's where the main headquarters is. It's in Saudi Arabia. Spain also has Esau's blood too. Now let me show you the map of T-man and Dedan. Let me show you. Esau today has three spirits. It's got the sword spirit, wild donkey, and Japheth spirit. That's just a fact. Because they all three of them bloodlines mixed with each other. Let me show you the... Here you go. I think I got them mixed up. Dedan is located in southern Jordan, and Teman is there. Okay, so here goes Saudi Arabia. Remember, Yah said he's going to destroy Edom. He said he's going to destroy Teman and Dedan. They shall fall by the sword. Teman and Dedan is located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. Remember, Yah said the burden is on Arabia. He talked about destroying Kedar and Sair and all that. These are nations that are in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. Remember, Babylon has fallen. It has fallen. It has fallen. The fall was heard in the Red Sea. The reason it was heard in the Red Sea, because the Red Sea is right by Saudi Arabia. In fact, it's touching Saudi Arabia. There you go, right there. The Red Sea is right there. Saudi Arabia. It's not spiritual, it's physical. When Ezekiel 36:5 says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yah, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen. The heathen would be the Ashkenazis. The heathen would be the Ashkenazis. And it says that all Idumea would be Saudi Arabia and all the other places where Esau put his seed at. Remember, Esau married Ishmael's daughter and he married Canaanite women, meaning that the Palestinians have Esau's blood in them. Ask the AI or Google it. Say, who are today's Palestinians? Who are today's Palestinians? And it'll tell you that today's Palestinians, it'll say, who are today's Canaanites? And it will tell you today's Canaanites are the Palestinians in Lebanon, meaning they both got Esau's blood, meaning that Palestinians got Esau's blood in them too. Esau is in their original land today. I can prove it to you. Esau is in their original land today. I'll prove it to you. Here go Idumea. Here's Idumea. Right here. Idumea is nowhere near. Idumea is nowhere near Rome. Idumea is located southeast of Palestine. This is Palestine. This is Idumea. That is nowhere near Rome. Idumea and Rome teamed up when they became one kingdom and teamed up. But they're not the same people. Idumea is located over there in Jordan and in northern Saudi Arabia. This is where Idumea is located. This is Idumea right here. Here go Gaza here. There go Palestine, Ashdod, Samir, Judah. There go Idumea right there. Idumea is geography is literally in Saudi Arabia. And let me prove it right quick. Let me find them verses. I'll prove it to you. Let me prove it to you. Where is it? I think I probably skipped it on accident. Remember where Basra is located. Basra is located right here. In Jordan and in northern Saudi Arabia. Who is this that comes from Basra? Basra is not in America. It's in Saudi Arabia and Jordan. They're crossing borders here. This is where it is. This is where Esau is located. Okay, let me go find the... Just give me a second. Oh, here we go. I'll prove it to you. So as you can see, Genesis 36:6 here. Okay? This is Genesis 36:6 here. It says Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters. So remember what I'm saying, though. I know Esau moved, but Esau is still in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is just the headquarters. And I'm going to show it to you. It's just that but a lot of them conquered North Africa and then moved into Spain. That's what happened. But I'm going to show you. Here's what it says. Genesis chapter 36:6. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and all his beasts and all his substance which he had got in the land of Canaan. And he went into the country from face of his brother Jacob, and thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. Mount Seir is located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. Nowhere did I see where Yah says Esau unpossessed Mount Seir. Nowhere did I see that, where Esau unpossessed Mount Seir. Yes, I know about the Edomite that ruled Rome for a little while, but he did not mix with all of Europe and turn them whatever, white, whatever you call it. He didn't do that. He only ruled over Rome for a little while. He did not change the entire makeup of Europe. Esau is still in Mount Seir. Mount Seir is not in the Caucasus Mountains. Mount Seir is located in Saudi Arabia. There's Mount Seir right here. They went south. It didn't say they went north. It said they went south. They went Mount Seir, Saudi Arabia. Seir. He says Timan to Dedan, right? Mount Seir is located in Saudi Arabia. Seir. Right here. Not one time does he mention one city when he's obliterating Edom. Does Yah mention one time when Yah's destroying Edom? Not one time does he mention one city in America and nor Europe. Not one time does he do it. Just because Esau and Rome teamed up doesn't make Rome Edom. We live in America. Just because we live in America doesn't make us white. Just because we live in America. And I can prove it to you. Let me show you right here. I'm finna go to the book of Josephus. I'm finna go to the scholar Josephus that lived in that time that documented all this stuff. See, King Herod was born in Idumea, an area in southern Palestine between the Judean hills and Nabatea. His father, Antipater, was an Edomite, a people that at the time was Jewish in faith, but Arab by ethnicity. Antipater was a man of great influence and wealth who increased both by marrying the daughter of noble from Petra in southwestern Jordan. At that time, the capital of the rising Arab Nabatean kingdom, thus Herod was of Arab origin. Although he was practicing. Herod was born in Idumea, an area in southern Palestine between the Judean hills and Nabatea. His father, Antipater, was an Edomite, a people. Yeah, so as you can see, that's why the Roman emperor granted King Herod citizenship, not because they were the same people. If he was already a Roman, he wouldn't have to grant him citizenship. But he was an Arab, and he granted him citizenship. He's ethnically an Arab, King Herod. They were like Edom was part of the Roman Empire, but Edom physically is located southeast of Palestine. That's just the truth. The Blue Letter Bible website says Esau equals Harry, eldest son of Isaac and Rebekah, twin brother of Jacob, and sold the birthright of food when he was hungry, and the divine blessing went to Jacob. He is the progenitor of the Arab peoples. So remember, Esau married Ishmael's daughter. They had children. They shared the same border. So Ishmaelite man also is also inevitable that he married Edomite wife, meaning that they mixed. That is the point that Yah was saying. They mixed. Esau is in the original land today, because it said that he went into Mount Seir. I'll go through it slowly for you. Wait, hold up, that ain't it. I'll go through it slowly. Esau married, this is where it says right here. Esau married a Canaanite woman and had offsprings, Ada, which is our today's Palestinians. Because you ask the AI who are today's Palestinians, it will tell you that, who are today's Canaanites through DNA, and the AI will tell you that Palestine and Lebanon are today's Canaanites. Their DNA tracks at 90%. Some studies say 60 to 90% and all that, but the point is, the Palestinians have Esau's blood. They have Esau's blood because it said that Esau married Canaanite women, right? Meaning that their offspring would be Esau as well, right? You ask the AI who are today's Canaanites, and it will say the Palestinians and Lebanon DNA tracks back to Canaanites at 90%. It will tell you that. Okay, it's Genesis. Let's start from the beginning, brother. It says Genesis chapter 36, verse 2. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Bashmith, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebaioth. And Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, like you said in your comments. He gave her Eliphaz, the Canaanites, which are today's Palestinians, right? Because it says the Canaanites track back at 90%. It says, and Allahabam, well, forget that. I'm going to skip her, because I can't even read that name. Okay. It says right here, which was born unto him, Abraham in the land of Canaan, right? This is Genesis 36. This is the clue here, bro. It's being straightforward with you. Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all his persons of his house. I'm pretty sure all them people stayed in that area, even when that one time that Edomite ruled over Rome. I'm sure all these people didn't just go with him to Rome. I'm sure of it. They're still there. You can travel. You can be in two places at once. Like when it comes to your family, you and your family. If I go to New York, but my family is here in Mississippi, then does that still mean that the Israelites aren't in New York neither? No, they're just in two different places. Esau is still in Saudi Arabia. So we read Genesis 36:6. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and all his beasts. Remember that Esau and Ishmael mixed for 2,000 years. And vice versa. Ishmael, I'm pretty sure, is more than likely that Ishmaelite man married a Edomite wife too, because they share the same border. It's inevitable. Even though it didn't say that in the Bible, it's still inevitable, because judging by human nature, because they share the same border for 2,000 years. You're going to marry the people that are around you, not the people that are in the corners of the earth. As Genesis 36 says, and Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and all his beasts and all his substance which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country, and from the face of his brother Jacob. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Mount Seir is in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. Mount Seir is located in Saudi Arabia, not America. Right here. This is where it's located. Right here in Saudi Arabia. The fall of Babylon can be heard in the Red Sea because the Red Sea is by Saudi Arabia. I do believe America is spiritual Egypt, though. America is spiritual Egypt, mentioned in Genesis 15 verses 13 through 14, but it is not Babylon. It is spiritual Egypt. America is spiritual Egypt, and it will be judged, like it says up in Genesis chapter 15 verses 13 through 14. It will be judged. I'm not letting them off the hook. It's just that white supremacy can be defeated because they only have one envious spirit, like it says up in the book of Jubilees chapter 7 verse 15. White supremacy can be defeated because they only got one spirit. It's going to be harder to defeat Esau because Esau mixed with Ishmael and mixed with the Greeks, meaning they got three spirits on them. So that's why defeating Saudi Arabia will not be easy. That's why they blow themselves up, and they was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most beheadings. Because that's what they do. The Bible says that the beast kingdom likes to behead people. Romans don't behead people now. They don't behead people. Saudi Arabia likes beheading people. They still do it now. Just like the beast kingdom is said to be beheading people. It is in their nature. That's what they do. What happened to John the Baptist? John the Baptist. What happened to him? He got beheaded by who? King Herod, because that's what Arabs like to do. They like beheading people. Idumea is located in right there, okay? Where's that verses that says, let me see. Gotta find it where it says T-Man and D-Dan. Hold up, I think I didn't have that notes here. I'm finna look it up right quick. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Finna look something up right quick, and I'll be right back with you, fellas. If you look this up right quick, cause I forgot to put this in my notes right here. Google.com. Oh, give me. Let me just get this. I gotta get this because this is very important right here. Because, I mean, how many times do y'all have to say it over and over and over? He says it over and over again. All right. Where we going to show? Where I'm going to show this. T-Man and D-Dan. So you know what verses are coming up, right? And no, it ain't spiritual. Oh, I said 80. I think I should have said 83. Okay, there. Keep going up. Keep going up. I'm finna keep going up. All right. All right, we all got basic reading comprehension around here, right? Everybody got basic reading comprehension, right? Comprehension, right? All it takes is basic reading comprehension. I know it ain't popular to say what I'm saying, but for some reason, people rather listen to the devil's lies. Yah was very thorough about Edom. And the Muslims already admitted to being Esau. If you look up the video that's on YouTube, it's some Arab Muslims that admitted being Esau on YouTube. Let me see. Let me put that paste. So y'all can see how I be doing my notes right here. Because I swear it's like we Israelites are very hard-headed. We are very hard-headed. It's like it takes, all you have to do is have basic reading comprehension. That's all it takes. See if I can highlight this. Red. Oops. Oops. Oh, crud. They making me, I have to pay for that. Never mind. I tried to highlight the words, but okay. Dang, everybody want a nickel and dime you. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Bold. Bold. Okay. Let us zoom in on this. Where's that zoom button? Apparently people don't know how to read. It's the King James Version. Well, we're gonna save this. Esau is not the so-called white man. Read this right here. Esau is not the so-called white man. King David is the same color as Esau. So we know King David ain't no white man. Let's see. Oh, so why y'all, how can we defeat white supremacy when you telling lies like that? The white supremacy can be defeated. We can make the right type of prayers when we're being attacked. But how can you do that when you're spreading the lie? White people do not have the bloodline of Shem. They are Japheth. Okay, I don't see the zoom button. Zoom. I don't think I see the zoom button. But anyway, right here, you go to Ezekiel 25, 13, 15. It is self-evident that Esau is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. It's shit. Oops, Bobby. Esau is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. Get it? Saudi Arabia. This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verses 13 through 15. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yah. Thus saith Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. Think about it. Esau is Yahweh is absolutely obliterating Esau, Edom. He's obliterating Edom. But not one time does he mention one city in America and or Europe. Not one time does he do it. But he does mention cities like Teman and Dedan. This is future judgment. It hasn't happened yet. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. It didn't say from Memphis. It didn't say from Memphis to Los Angeles. It didn't say God was going to destroy Edom from Memphis to Los Angeles. It said he would destroy it from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Teman and Dedan is located in Saudi Arabia. Teman and Dedan is in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. Do you know how to read? You got a reading comprehension? How does Yahweh tell you one thing and you say the opposite? It doesn't say nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with America. The fall of Babylon was heard in the Red Sea. The Red Sea is nowhere near America. How can it be heard in America? The Red Sea is not by America. The Red Sea is touching Saudi Arabia. Duma, Kedar, Sair, Dedan, Saudi Arabia, Mecca, Teman. Every time Yah talks about obliterating Edom, he mentions names that are in Saudi Arabia, not Europe. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yah, will I stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it. I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the swords, not Memphis, not New York, not New York, not Chicago, Illinois. Teman and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. That is located in Teman. Dedan is not located in America. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. You're not going to say something like, oh, you bugged out, Emery, and then quit like I made the other people quit before. And they're like, you bugged out, and they ran away from me. This ain't being bugged out, it's the truth. Do you know how to read? I even got the Google AI mode to admit it. The Google AI mode used to believe that the Roman beast kingdom was the true beast kingdom, but when I presented my evidence, it changed its mind. And if you don't believe me, check out my 6-hour video I did on my YouTube channel showing how I got the AI to change its mind and say that Esau is definitely Saudi Arabia and not the Romans. After I presented my evidence. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself. Look up my video on how I did it. Okay? Okay. Go ahead, bring it. Okay, Idumea is not the Romans. I can prove it. It says right here, they are two separate people. The scholar Josephus that lived back in those days and documented everything that happened concerning Idumea, which is located in southeast of Palestine, like this map shows. You can Google it yourself. Like, if you don't know basic geography like me, Idumea is not the Romans. They are two separate people. Look up the book of Flavius Josephus. The War of the Jews 378 reveals that the Idumeans surrendered themselves to the Romans. How can they be the same people when the Idumeans surrendered to the Romans? How can they be the same people when the Idumeans surrendered themselves? This proves they are two separate people. This is Flavius Josephus, The Wars of the Jews 378. It was at this time that the commanders of the Idumeans got together privately and took counsel about surrendering up themselves to the Romans. He said, Yah gave God in Deuteronomy chapter 2, verses 22. Mount Seir was given to Edom. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that Esau unpossessed Mount Seir. Nowhere in the Bible did it say that Edom unpossessed Mount Seir. Saudi Arabia is the headquarters of Esau. Teman and Dedan are located in Saudi Arabia, not America, not Europe. Mount Seir was given as a possession to Esau. Nowhere that Yah say it was that they unpossessed Mount Seir. Nowhere. Teman and Dedan are located in Saudi Arabia, not America. They teamed up, but they are not Romans. They teamed up, but they are not Romans. When it says all Idumea, all it's saying is that it's wherever Esau put his seed at. Esau mixed with the Canaanites. That will make their offspring Esau as well. That would mean that the Palestinians are Esau too. In First Maccabees, we're gonna get into this. In First Maccabees, Esau does not possess. No, Esau is not the white man. In First Maccabees, chapter 5, verse 3, Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arbatine because they besieged Israel, and he gave them a overthrow. I protect their courage and took their spoils. Romans and Esau are two separate people. In First Maccabees chapter 8, verse 1, Judas has heard of the fame of the Romans. Wait, didn't he get done beating up Esau back here? So how is he hearing about the fame of Romans? It's because the Romans and Esau are two separate people. First Maccabees, verse 8-20. Judas Maccabeus with his brethren, the people of the Jews, have sent us unto you to make a confederacy and peace with you, that we might be registered your confederates and friends. Idumea is located. I'm gonna have to show. I guess I gotta show this to the great info online guy. I have to show a Blues Clues level. This is where Idumea is located. I have to treat him like a preschooler because Idumea is located southeast of Palestine. Right here. Judea's right here. Idumea is located right here. It is not, the land of Idumea is not located in Rome. They shared the same border of Edom. I think, let me see something. This is where Rome is. This is Rome. Italy is in Rome. It's not located nowhere near. Italy is nowhere near Edom. It's just not. This is Rome. Or Kittim. They are descendants of Japheth, not Esau. Oh, give me 1 sec. Because it's hard. People just don't have basic reading comprehension. They just don't. Do people even know how to read a map? Does anybody even know how to read a map? You wish the so-called white man was was Esau, was Shemites. The white people are not Shemitic. They are sons of Japheth, just like Gog and Magog. They descend from Japheth. Okay, where is it at? Sure. Y'all give me a second. I gotta show y'all this. Excuse me. Let's see. Where is it? Esau is not the so-called white man. That's a false doctrine. You'll have to explain to Vocab Malone and all those other naysayers that we're Israelites. And why is King David the same color as Esau then? Why is a red heifer? When you look up red heifer, it looks like a brown cow. When you look up red heifer, because that's what the color Esau was: red brown, not red white. Where did I put that picture at? Yeah, you been taught false doctrine, brother. That's why I declare war on all the Israelites on the street. I'm coming for you. No mercy. I declare war. I can declare spiritual war on the Israelites that be on the street lying to people, saying Esau the white man. I declare spiritual war on you because you're hindering us to properly defeat white supremacy. The way you're doing it, you won't defeat white supremacy. See, how you let how do you give your heritage away to Latinos and Hispanics and Guatemalans when they're Esau themselves? They're going to Esau and Edomites right there. They direct descendants of Spaniards. How are they Esau? All 12 tribes are the so-called Negro. You just want to do that so you can sleep with their women. Y'all just want to do that so y'all can sleep with their women. Admit it. Admit it. That's why you give our heritage away to them. Because you want to sleep with their light-skinned women. Admit it. Oh my goodness. First, let me show you this map right quick. Let me. You see here? This what happened. Esau and Ishmael mixed together up here. Up in Palestine. Well, with the so-called Palestine. Esau and Ishmael shared the same border. So they mixed with each other. They then conquered North Africa. They kept going and going. Then they went into Spain and conquered Spain, bringing the Esau spirit with them. And they mixed with the white Spaniards there. Now the white Spaniards got Esau blood in them, but that's as far as it goes. The rest of Europe is Japheth. That's just the plain truth. I'm gonna try to look for that map again. Let me see. Just give me a second. Okay. Where is it? Oh. Y'all give me a sec, because I got to show this map right quick. Y'all give me a sec. Oh, hold up. Here we go. There we go. Found the map. Okay. Gonna put this map on here. Should have put this in my notes in the first place. Because, you know, some people have to have a visual alerted thing because they can't read. So. All right. Here you go. There you go. There it is. Kingdom of Edom is located right here. This is Kingdom of Edom. It's not located in Rome. You can't be just spewing talking points from the ignorance that's on the street. You can say that talking point till you turn blue in the face. You can say it as much time as you want, but that still don't make it true. Here is Edom. Here go the Arabs. This is where Ishmael was. This is where the Ishmael was, the Arab tribes. This is where Ishmael was. Here go Kingdom of Edom. They shared a border. Here's the border. There you go. The border. That's where Kingdom of Edom is. It's located southeast of Judah. Here it is. There you go. This is Kingdom of Edom. It's not located up in Italy, up in Rome. This is where it's located at. There go the, as you can see, this is the border of it. Ishmael, which is the Arab tribes, and Edom shared a border. They mix. Both Esau and Ishmael are black. Both of them were black. Blackity black, 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 black. Both of them were black. White skin cannot handle the heat of the Middle East. Their skin would get destroyed. They belong up in cold country. Japheth's up in cold country. The tabernacle, the word tabernacle means tents. They live under the same tents. That's why they call it Esau and who? The Ishmaelites. It doesn't say Esau and Greeks. It doesn't say Esau and Kittim. It don't say Esau and what you call it? Esau and Gomer. It doesn't say Esau and Gog and Magog. It says the tents, the tabernacles. Tabernacles means tents. That because they live under the same tent. Psalm 83:6. Esau and the Ishmaelites. Esau and Ishmael live under the same tent. That's why they call it the tents of Esau and who? The Ishmaelites. They combined. Esau married Ishmael's daughter. The sword spirit and the donkey spirit mix with each other. They mixed. Esau and Ishmael live under the same tent. The Arab tribes live right here on the west bank over here. This is where Arabs live, right here. This is where the Hagarites went, right? Esau, right there. I mean, that's where Ishmael went. This is Arab, Ishmael, Arab, right here. Arubu tribes, right? Kingdom of Edom, right here. They share the same border, meaning Esau married Ishmael's daughter. They had a son named Reuel, meaning they combined the spirit of Esau and Ishmael. Since Esau and Ishmael share the same border, an Ishmaelite man marrying an Edomite woman is also inevitable, because that's what happens when you share the same border. Ask the AI. Go ahead. Ask the AI this. Go ask the Google. Is it like is it inevitable for an Ishmaelite man to marry an Edomite woman also? Is that possible after they shared the same border for 2,000 years? Go ahead, Google it. Ask it. Ask it. Ask it. Google it. That's what happened. They mix with each other. What happened after the mixing? After Esau and Ishmael mixed for 2,000 years, which meaning they mixed the spirit of the Esau's sword spirit and the wild donkey spirit got passed down, they took the sword spirit and the wild donkey spirit and they conquered North Africa. They then went into Europe, into Spain, and they conquered Spain. They were trying to conquer the whole world. They tried to conquer the whole world, and believe me, they will conquer it one day, because that is their mission. Islam's mission is to dominate the whole world till everyone bows under Allah. That's what happened. They went into Europe. That's what happened. Esau went into Europe. They mixed with each other for 2,000 years. When the Arabs conquered North Africa, after mixing with Esau for 2,000 years, of course they would take the spirit of it into Spain. And then what did Spain do? Spain countered it with their Catholicism, and they took then Spaniards made the slave trade global. Saudi Arabia, the Arabs are responsible for both slave trades. That's why Yah calls out Spain, called the ships of Tarshish that carried the souls of men. They learned it. The Europeans, Japheth, learned it from East Saudi Arabians and the Berbers and the Moors that conquered Europe, that got them white harems and essayed the white women there. They had harems there. The East Saudi Arabians and the white African and the black Hamites, the African Hamites, essayed the white women up in Europe and had children with the white women with their harems. And they spread that Esau spirit into all of Spain. They did not conquer all of Europe because they couldn't. They couldn't break that wall there. They were defeated. This is where the kingdom of Edom is. This is a map of it. Right here. Over there. That's where it's located. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to go over it again. Like it says, I had a good friend of mine. His name is Dr. Pizza. Shout outs to Dr. Pizza. He's an Iranian Christian guy. And he said that he used to watch movies about the beast all the time when he was a kid. He said Muslims believe that the beast is good. He told me that a beast came out the earth and spoke, just like it says up in Surah, up in the Surah Quran 82. It says that a beast gonna come out the earth and speak. It says that in their Quran. It lined it up with the Bible. They admit it. The beast kingdom will come from Saudi Arabia. It said the first beast in Daniel is in the ancient book of Babylon is in Iraq. The first beast is in Iraq. The fourth beast that tells people to look to the first beast is the Islamic Caliphate. In 1 Kings chapter 10 verses 13 through 15, 13 through 15, it talks about King Solomon. When you look up 1 Kings chapter 10 verses, I think it was 14 through 15. When you look up 1 Kings chapter 10, 14 through 15, now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. Let me bolden that. It says you have three things that are happening. You have three things that are happening there. Great info. In First Kings chapter 10, verses 14 through 15, you have three things happening in this verse right here. You have King Solomon's name being mentioned. You have the 600. You have the 666 mentioned, and most importantly, you have all the kings of Arabia being mentioned. When you mention you have three things being mentioned. That's a huge clue. You have King Solomon, the 666, and all the kings of Arabia being mentioned. That's how you know for a fact that the beast kingdom will come from them. And then when you look up 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verses 13 through 14, it says the same thing. These are from two different books, and they all say the same thing. Think about it. You got King Solomon being mentioned, the 666 being mentioned, and all the kings of Arabia being mentioned in two different books. They're mentioned. They are being mentioned. Those three things are being mentioned. That is a huge clue. This is what the AI told me. I copied and pasted what the AI told me. Right here. It's one right here. Here's the evidence of the seal in Islamic tradition. According to Islamic eschatology, specifically the Sunan Ibn Maj 4066. Let me bolden that. Look this up. Look this up right here. It says Sunan Ibn Maj 4066. They admitted from their own Muslim hadith. They admitted it from their own Muslim hadith. No such things as mix. Esau and Ishmael did mix. The word Arab means mixed people. The word mingled means mixed, dude. There is a thing called mixed. The word Arab means mixed. The word some verses say a mingled people. The word mingled means mixed. It's a mixed people. The word mix and mingle means mixed. The Bible says the beast kingdom is a mixed people. The word Arab translate as to mixed people. If you look at the Arabs, they are mixed because Abraham married an Ishmaelite named Hagar. No, not Ishmaelite. I mean a Hamite. Abraham married a Hamite named Hagar. They had a child named Ishmael. The word Arab means mixed. It says it's a mixed people. They are mixed. Esau and Jacob were both black. That's before the white Greek Japheth, Javan, and the Kittim. Javan and Kittim are white people. They do not descend from Esau. They come from Japheth. They're on the bloodline of Japheth. Kittim is Rome. Javan is Greece. They both came in there and mixed with the original black population of Esau and Ishmael. Esau and Jacob too. Esau and Jacob were both black, just like King David is black. King David is the same color as Esau and the red heifer. Look up a red heifer. The red heifer looks like it's reddish brown, admoni. Red brown, admoni in Hebrew. Not red white. The white man is not Esau. He isn't. Esau was black like me. They were twins. Esau, like Josephus says, the book of Josephus, from the scholar Josephus, says the only thing that was different between Esau and Jacob, Esau was hairy, and Jacob was not. That's the only difference. Other than that, they were twins. Okay? All right. The evidence of the seal of the Islamic tradition. And if you look up Sunan Ibn Maj 4066, this is from the Muslim Hadith. It says a beast will come out the earth. It is called Dabet al-Ard. That's the name of the beast that's going to come out of the earth. That's what this says in their Muslim hadith. The beast will be carrying a staff of Moses, according to the Muslim hadith. It's going to use the staff of Moses to brighten the faces of believers. If your face brightens up, that means you're a Muslim. If it don't brighten up, that means you're going to get your head chopped off. Because that's what Esau and the Arabians believe in. It says the seal of is called, and the beast gonna also bring the seal of Solomon. And the seal of Solomon, the seal of Solomon is used to stamp or mark the faces or noses of the disbelievers. That's what it's called. It's called the seal of Solomon. The beast that's going to pop out, like they admit in their own Muslim hadiths here from Sudan IBN Maj 466, going to bring the staff of Moses, and they're going to bring the seal of Solomon. And they're going to put they're going to stamp the seal of Solomon on your forehead and or hand. They admit it in their Muslim hadith. This is the AI's answer. This is the AI telling me this. I didn't even say this. This is the AI telling me this. It says the evidence here shows a direct role reversal. The Bible warns that a beast will use a mark to control and condemn, while the Islamic tradition describes the beast using Solomon's own signet to identify those who are rejected by Allah. Abu Imam Ali Abahali, found in Musnad Ahmad, is reported along these lines. This is what the Muslim Hadith says. Are you listening? Great Info Online 505. This is what the Muslim Hadith says. It says the beast will mark people. This is what it says in the Muslim Hadith. The beast will mark people, and they will say so numerous that in transactions, get it? Transactions, people will say, I bought this from someone who has the mark. So there you go. They mentioned in buying and selling. Buying and selling is mentioned right here. From their own Muslim hadiths, they admitted to it. The mark of the beast will come from Saudi Arabia, not Rome, not the Pope. They admitted to it in their own Muslim hadith. Transactions. Buying and selling. Buying and selling. Buying and selling. Buying and selling. Transactions. Buying and selling. This is from Abu al-Bahali, found in Musnad Ahmad, as reported along these lines. The beast will mark people. The beast will mark people. And they will become so numerous that in transactions, people will say, I bought this from someone who has the mark. Transactions means buying and selling. Transactions, the Muslim hadiths admit it. Transactions. The 666 connection. This is the 666 gold and the seal. The seal of Solomon is historically represented as a six-pointed star of the hexagram, while today it is the Star of David. In the ancient and medieval world, it was widely known as the seal of Solomon. Geometric evidence. A six-pointed star contains 6 points. Yeah, 6. Yeah, well, but the economic link. In 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 14, the 66 talents of gold represented Solomon's shift from spiritual wisdom to material, earthly glory. By using the seal of Solomon to mark people, by using the seal of Solomon to mark people, by using the seal of Solomon to mark people, the beast is effectively stamping them. The beast is effectively stamping them with the symbol of Solomon's ultimate apostasy and greed. The prophetic mirror. If you judge by the evidence of the text, a pattern emerges. The Bible, 95 AD, predicts a beast from the earth will come and force a 666 related 666 mark related to a man Solomon's gold count. Islamic tradition predicts a beast from the earth will come and use the seal of Solomon to mark the faces of people. 3. The evidence of the name. Revelation chapter 13 verse 17 says the mark is either the name of the beast or the number of his name. Which is, whether you call it the seal of Solomon or the mark of the beast or in the name of Allah, it's still all the same thing. You see, this is what it looks like. This is what the mark of the beast looks like. It says the visual evidence. As discussed earlier, many have observed that when written horizontally, the Greek characters bear a striking resemblance to the Arabic phrase Bismillah, which is in the name of Allah, with cross swords of the caliphate. The prophetic logic. If the mark is the name and the number of the name looks like the name of Allah, then the charegma, the seal, acts as a badge of allegiance to the specific name. The text is this mark of the beast that other calls the seal of the disbeliever. The kings of Arabia and the beast. The text in the 1 King chapter 10 verse 15 notes the gold came from the kings of Arabia. Prophetic researchers argue that since the beast of the earth, the Quran is said to emerge from Mecca, specifically from Mount Safa, the geographic origin of the gold Arabia and the geographic origin of beast mark system are identical. Okay? It says Daniel first. In Daniel, the beast. The beast is Iraq. The first beast is Iraq. I don't know why I put Saudi Arabia. Should be Iraq. But the first beast in Daniel, the lion with eagle wings, is the kingdom. The first beast kingdom was in Iraq. And their symbol was a lion with wings. In Daniel chapter 7 verse 4, the first beast is a lion with eagle wings. The evidence: archaeological excavations of ancient Babylon, Iraq, like what it says right here, Iraq, revealed the lion of Babylon as the primary national symbol. The prophetic meaning: this presents Babylonian Empire under Nebuchadnezzar. It matches the head of gold from Daniel's earlier vision. The seven-headed beast system. In Revelation chapter 13, 1-2, the beast that arises from the sea is a composite creature, part leopard, part bear, part lion. A lion mouth. John notes that the beast has the mouth of a lion. This beast is the final Antichrist system, speaks for Babylon. It carries the voice, the laws, and the pride of the original Babylonian system. The seven heads. It's not the seven heads of Europe. It's the seven heads. This is what the seven heads is. This is what the beast kingdom used to be. Okay. The biblical scholars often identify the heads as identical sequence empires: Egypt, Syria, Babylon, first king, the Medo-Persian, all that, blah, blah, blah. The Islamic Caliphate, the beast, and was not the five. Okay, this is what happened. Okay. The first one was Egypt. The second was Assyria. Then came Babylon. Babylon is the first one. Then we got Medo-Persia. Then we got Greece. Then we got Rome. Then we got the Islamic Caliphate. It says the beast that was and is and not yet is. 5 have fallen. Egypt has fallen. Assyria has fallen. Babylon, Medo-Persia, and Greece. The one that was Rome, because that's when the prophecy was made. He was in Rome when the prophecy was made. That's when John wrote it out. That's the one that is. Now, with Daniel 7, the fourth beast in Daniel's vision is typically identified as the empire that followeth Greece. The traditional view. Historical evidence identified the fourth beast as Roman Empire. It was Rome that crushed the Greeks, right? The divergent view. Some scholars argue the fourth beast represents the Islamic Empire. So the fourth beast would be the Islamic Empire because it devoured the whole earth in the Middle East more thoroughly than Rome did. The Islamic Empire devoured the Middle East thoroughly more than Rome did, particularly the territories of Babylon and Persia and Greece. The Revelation 17th evidence. The 7 heads, 7 and 8 heads. The most compelling evidence for the Islamic Caliphate comes from the 7 kings prophecy in Revelation chapter 17, verse 10 through 11. 5 have fallen. Egypt has fallen. Assyria has fallen. Babylon has fallen. Medo-Persia has fallen. And Greece has fallen. The one that is Rome, because that's when John wrote it. The seventh is not yet come. The truth is the seventh is not yet come. It is the Islamic Caliphate, specifically the Empire, succeeded Rome in the Middle East and held Jerusalem for centuries. The eighth beast, Revelation says the eighth is of the seventh. The Revelation says the eighth is of the seventh. Suggests that a revived caliphate, because the mortal wound was healed, which is the Islamic Caliphate coming back in power, because the Islamic Caliphate fell back in 1932, I think it was, where it failed, but it's coming back. That deadly wound is healed. If the Islamic Caliphate is the seventh and eighth head, it is effectively the final form of the fourth beast, the feet of iron and clay. In Daniel chapter 2, the fourth kingdom of iron ends in feet of the iron mixed with clay. So you got the mix with clay. The beast kingdom is a mixed clay kingdom. The word Arab means mix. It's an Arab kingdom. It's a mixed kingdom. The word Arab means mix. The evidence suggests that this represents a divided but strong system matching the diverse but unified nature of the Islamic world today. The little horde arises from the final system, subduing the three kings and changing times and laws. The evidence of the Islamic calendar and Sharia law provides a literal fulfillment of the change that the Roman system did not achieve. The Ottoman Empire lasted from 1517 to 1917. The global caliphate is of the seventh, is of the eighth. The Arabian 666 kingdom, the AI told me that. This is the AI speaking. So you can't argue with the heartless AI, because it ain't going by opinion, it's going by what is true. The vast amount estimated that approximately 25,000 to 50,000 tons of gold was given to King Solomon by the Arabs, proving that the beast kingdom will come from Esau, Saudi Arabia. It's even in the name, Saudi Arabia. It says, this is the AI talking, not me. The merchants and traders. It comes from the commercial traffic customs duty. The kings of Arabia, regional rulers, who paid tribute or brought gold and silver. In some translations, this is rendered to the kings of the mingled people. The word mingled people means Arab. The Arab means mingled people. Mixed means Arab. The Arabs are a mixed people. They're not a pure race. The beast kingdom is a mixed kingdom. The extraordinary wealth, 66 talents, represents an immense sum that underscores Solomon's status as the wealthiest monarch of his time. Connection of Revelation. This is the only other prominent mention of the number 666 in the Bible besides the number of the beast in Revelation 13:18. The number of the man, beast. Many scholars view this specific mention of 66 talents as a subtle critique. Under the law of the kings in Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 17, Israel's rulers were forbidden from greatly multiplying silver and gold for themselves. Cumulatively, this specific amount marks the beginning of Solomon's spiritual decline and obsession with material power. That's why it says the tabernacles, the tents of Edom and the Ishmaelites, because Esau married Ishmael's daughter. All these, you can ask the AI right now. Ask the AI right now. Ask the AI right now, folks. Y'all ask the AI this. Ask the AI. Y'all can Google this yourself. That is all the nations mentioned in Psalms 83, 4-8. Are all the nations there mentioned are those Islamic territories right now? Go ahead, ask it. Ask it, Great Info Online 505. Go ahead and do it yourself. Ask Google this. Ask the Google AI. Ask it. Are all the nations that are mentioned in Psalms 83, 4-8, are all those areas Islamic territories now? And it will tell you, yes, it is. All those territories mentioned in Psalms 83, 4-8 or is an Islamic territory. Moab ain't got nothing to do with Asian people. Moab has nothing to do with Chinese or Japanese or whatever Asians. It has nothing to do with them. That makes no sense. You're naming off all these territories that are located in the Middle East, and all of a sudden Moab is supposed to be the Asians. That don't make no sense at all. All those territories are an Islamic territory. And all of a sudden, randomly, one of them means Chinese people. Get out of here. That ain't true. That makes no type of sense. The Kingdom of Edom and Arabs share the same border. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right here. I might do a Bible study tomorrow. It depends, but I might do it tomorrow. But I want to follow up on this. If it don't happen tomorrow, I'll do it Friday. But I've proven without a doubt, with all the evidence, that Esau is Saudi Arabia. We have a non-believer up in here that just keeps giving me talking points that Esau the white man, but with no evidence to back it up. Even though I proved over and over and over and over again that Esau is Saudi Arabia. But maybe I'll pick up tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys for watching. And remember to live every day in victory. And of course, we're doing the victory music, victory fanfare. Till next time, dudes and dudettes, and we are out.